Theraband exercises are used during rehabilitation to reestablish dynamic stability by increasing strength and endurance. For this exercise, you can use Theraband or Theratube. The resistance is graded by the color of the band. You have to keep in mind that different brands have different resistance color coding, so you can find that on the box key and grade your resistance accordingly. The Theraband can be placed in the door or secured to any solid structure. You will position the athlete standing in front of the door, gripping the Theraband in their injured arm. The athlete will raise, for flexion, the athlete will raise their arm to about 90 degrees and then back down to neutral. You will instruct the athlete to maintain slow and steady motion and does not rush through the exercise. Okay, so up and down. This exercise can be performed in both the open can and empty can positions. For extension, the athlete will be facing the door and she will slowly and controlled extend their shoulder and back to neutral. So extend and back to neutral. For adduction, you will stand in front of the athlete and have the athlete perform adduction across the body and back to neutral. So across the body and back to neutral. For abduction, you will stand in front of the athlete and have them abduct their shoulder to about 90 degrees and back down to neutral. Okay, abduct and back to neutral. For internal rotation, you will have the athlete bend their elbow and place a towel in between their arm and their chest to maintain that their shoulder does not rise up to compensate the motion. For internal rotation, you will have the athlete internally rotate and back to neutral. Finally, for external rotation, you will have the athlete in the same position as internal rotation, except they will externally rotate their shoulder and back to neutral. So external and back to neutral. To progress this exercise, you can have the athlete step farther away from the door to preload the band and make the exercise harder. Or you can increase the resistance by getting a higher resistance band.